DA leader has stressed that her party will only support land reform when it becomes broad-based and productive. And opposition parties in Gauteng have joined the country to mourn the death of Economic Development MEC Nkosiphendule Kolisile. With your news update, I am Busima Kutulela. DA leader Helen Zille has stressed that her party will only support land reform when it becomes broad-based and productive. She has told the SABC that land reform is currently not benefiting those that it's intended to. Earlier this month, Rural Development and Land Reform Minister Gugile Nkwiti said almost 8.5 million hectares of land was still unaccounted for in the country. Zille explains.
There's one farm in total disarray, which was given to a politician from the ANC as part of land reform in the Western Cape. It's been a disaster. Everything has collapsed, and now he wants to claim 20 million rand from the Land Development Fund to fix a farm that was in perfect working order when he took it. On the other hand, there are many examples, as I said, 80 examples in the Western Cape, of workers who now own a large percentage of the farms they work on.
Opposition parties in Gauteng have set aside their differences and joined the country to mourn the death of Economic Development MEC Nkosiphendule Kolisile. Kolisile passed away in a head-on collision between his car and a truck in the Free State on Saturday. Kolisile, together with 2 bodyguards, died in the crash. The MEC was on his way to a funeral in the Eastern Cape. SABC's Edwin Nsidi reports.
The DA's Jack Bloom says they are saddened by the death of MEC Kolisile.
He was doing very good work. He was a friend to everyone. He was respected by everybody in the legislature.
Cope Nzipho Kalipi worked with Kolisile while he was with the Communist Party.
Son of the soil, a true communist, a gallant fighter, very principled, selfless leader that I've ever came across.
ACDP's Lydia Mishwe.
We are praying for his family and friends at this tragic time.
It's still unclear when the MEC will be buried.
Management of Anglo's Batupili mine in Rustenburg in the northwest says 2 of its workers have disappeared underground. It says the workers failed to return to the surface after their shift ended on Saturday. This followed a rock fall that occurred at the shaft. A team has been established to search for the missing miners. Meanwhile, scores of workers have vowed not to resume duties until their colleagues are found. Correctional Services Minister Sbu Ndebele says his department is committed to making prisons places of rehabilitation and not breeding grounds for further crime. Ndebele has just returned from a study tour to California and New York, where he was exposed to various issues pertaining to the monitoring of offenders and officials in order to consolidate a best practice model for South Africa. Ndebele says their objective is to transform prisons.
Come out with a certificate. That is actually quite at the core of what we want to do. Generally, the DCS, as the center from commissioner down now, all regions are committed to transforming this center so that they don't become breeding centers of new crime.